Hi everyone. Let me just microphone. Okay. So I keep going with my realizations and healing and things that I'm becoming aware of, and I'm just realizing. So I'm not gonna show you that. Something behind me is going on. I discovered that I can use a drill, and I've been drilling holes everywhere because I don't know. I just very suddenly a lot of shelves had to go up and a lot of holes had to be drilled because I needed them. I can't believe Lowe's was always there available, and I never stepped into it as often as I should have because apparently using a drill and drilling holes and putting up things and projects, it's very much fun. And I thought it was not a woman thing. I always thought, oh, I need a guy to put on the shelf. But now I discovered it, so I just have a whole new world that I'm discovering. So there's holes everywhere in my place. I have to close them. That's going to be another whole discovery. But so that's what's going on behind me. There's walls and like there is holes and things. But anyway, besides the drill discovery, I have been healing a lot of past things, and like not just even past, like present. We'd always think about, at least I have always thought about the present like as something separate from the past, because who I am today, it's not who I was when I was 12 or whatever. But we carry that stuff with us. Like we just live the past into the, we just carry it into the present. We just think we are different because a lot of things we don't want to see for obvious reasons. If we were willing to see those things, they wouldn't be hanging around us for so long. So just the realization that I stood at the door of a waiting room, like looking at my life from outside, looking at my life happening, my Jordan, my baby growing, his name is Jordan, my 1-year-old growing, my life unfolding, my career taking more and more shape. And I never fully eased into it. Like I never thought I'm just gonna live it fully. I always been sitting in this waiting room thinking, when my place is clean enough, when my graduation is done, when my career starts, when my baby is due, when, well, the baby I never thought when, because it's very hard, like it's, nobody talks about it, but it's hard to see your kids grow. Like it's an amazing thing. It's beautiful to see them start talking and walking and being independent and just having, I would say opinions, I know those are coming soon, but like they can say no and things like that. It's just beautiful. At the same time, it comes with the grief of saying, oh wow, okay, you're not the little tiny baby I held every night for the last year and a half. It's like those stages grow, they are difficult, but when you pass them, I won't say you miss them because of the hardness of them, but you realize things are really moving forward, and I am not being even like present. I'm always sitting here outside of this, not even sitting, standing. Well, wish I was sitting. It's standing because I'm not getting comfortable there, and looking inside my life, but not being fully participative of it because I'm thinking I have to wait till things are perfect. Let's, in every area, let's say I'm sitting in a work meeting and I'm thinking I need to say this, but then I'm thinking, no, let me make sure that this is right because I want to say the right thing, and sit there for like half an hour without saying anything. And that's an example of it. Like instead of just saying and growing and showing my vulnerability to others and just growing with the process, I'm sitting there waiting for things to be perfect, then I can take action and I can talk or I can be part of it, which will never happen because how many times do we have perfect situations before we can act? Like even morning routines, I'm thinking, oh, when I move in fully in the new place, when I start my new career, when I do this, when I do that, when I have the perfect relationship, or even the opposite, when I have all this, then I can start dating, then I can get to know someone new, or then I can break up with my boyfriend, or then I can, like, throughout my whole life, whatever was going on, I always waited and waited and waited some more. Like even cleaning. Oh no, I'm gonna wait till I have like the perfect Sunday when I'm waking up at 5 a.m. How many of us wake up at 5 a.m. unless you have a child crying to clean? Like if there are any people out there, please let us know because if it's possible, then I'm gonna renegotiate this whole thing. But I have been promising myself I'm gonna wake up at some crazy Sunday at 5 a.m., clean the whole apartment, maybe clean from 5 a.m. till 5 p.m., 12 hours of cleaning. And like I could clean the whole city 12 hours if I had, whatever. Like there's extremely excessive amount of time and the energy that I think I need, it's huge. And I'm waiting for that alignment of energy, hours, waking up early in the morning, having the perfect morning, and nothing else happening in my life. Everything is perfectly, like, work is going well, relationships going well. And, and I'm not saying these things are not possible. They are absolutely possible. Like, sometimes people, I want to hope so, because I would love to get there, reach a place where, oh, the holes again. I'm not going to show those. I need to close those holes. I mean, using a drill is great, but I need to know how to fix the problem that I created with the drill if I want to keep using it. So anyway, I'm not going to show I'm going to keep some dignity. I'm learning to use the drill. It's a process like everything else. It's a lot of fun, but, it has its downsides, and the downsides are showing behind me. So, what was I saying? So yeah, I'm just waiting for this perfect conditions to start. And I'm literally sitting there looking at the door, like open door, looking into my life, seeing what's happening, being aware, but not fully taking part of it. Like waiting for me to make friends. Oh, I'm going to wait till I've healed more to talk to that person because I need to wait. Or whatever. Like I see it in every area of my life. Like I'm going to wait till this is perfect, then I can study for this exam. I'm going to wait. It's just a lot of waiting. And realizing that, it's heavy. Like you realize how much time you have spent waiting for the perfect conditions to be there so you could live your life fully. And living life on a sideways, like while waiting at that door, but still doing things because you have to, because there's responsibilities. Like the responsibility feels even heavier because you have to do it while part of you is not engaged. Like, so not all of you is in it. But let's say 50% of you is watching, the other 50 knows it has to get up and take care of the child because that's responsibility. You can't have it any other way. So 50% of you participates into taking care of the child or taking care of something that's like bills or anything that is crucial to life. While another 50% is like, no, when I feel ready, then I'm going to do the things that I can. So you're not participating in the 50%, like you're not filling up for that 50% that is already participating in a, let's do this as quick as possible so we get away from the pain of the consequences of not paying the bills, for example. And at the same time, the things that you can control, like that are not essential, like social life, like studying properly, like in a proper way, being present while eating, being present while cooking, cleaning on a routine, building a routine in itself, because essentially as a human being, you don't need a routine. Like you need it if you want a stable nervous system that does the same thing every day. So it has predictability, it knows where it's going, it can handle complexities that come out of that are out of that routine better because it has a baseline that is built on nourishment and showering and self-cleaning, like self-care, self-cleaning, self-care, and all of this. So it has something that is built on. I know this, what I'm talking about is very obvious to a lot of people, or maybe there are some people that don't understand how important routine is because they just live like that. They never even thought about it. That's just how life is for them. But for others, that a routine was like a luxury that would come whenever I would enter that door and be participative of my life. But I was just using that 50% fuel of, I'm just going to use this 50% for everything that is essential for me, that had to happen in my life to keep living. But because that 50% of my person was outside, life is very difficult, because like if you live life through just only your 50%, first of all, you're doing it dissociated most of the time because it's too hard. So you are just like, you just checked out. Yes, you're taking care of your kid, but you're doing it in a way that you're not even present with him. Like you don't see him. You're just keep having thoughts. Oh, I have to think about this and I have to think about that, and just so that you don't. I don't know how to explain. It's just a very strange place to be. Like healing, they say suffering is hard. I mean, I understand why a lot of people stay in denial, because if you, like, once you start taking out the layers slowly of, day after day, week after week, of how your coping mechanisms are and what you're doing to not feel the grief that you have inside because of a life that you have spent full of trauma, full of lack of love, full of whatever, full of lack of support, or traumas that happen to you, or whatever. People's lives are hard. Like, people suffer. That's the only thing probably that accumulates most human beings, is that we understand each other's suffering and we are aware of it, which is the strangest thing. But beside philosophy here, once you start uncovering the layers of pain and of like grief of what you have lost in the past and what your life could have been like, it doesn't get easier. It's not like as you go under the layers, oh yeah, then now I feel better. Oh, this layer's off. Oh, I feel so much better. Oh no, this other layer's off, and now it's even better. No, that's not how. That's how I thought it worked, and then I got the answer. They're like I just got a big wall that I just slapped my face on, that said no. The deeper you go, the harder it gets, because the deeper you go, the more you realize, oh wow, I lost this and I lost this and I don't have this and I didn't live through my childhood properly, and I lost my mother's love that I dreamt about, and I lost this relationship that I really always imagined with my mother or grandma or whatever it is. Like, I'm just pulling out random stuff from a basket of grief. Like, let's say there was a basket full of grief, and then you just start kind of getting out everything that is inside there. It's not going to be pleasant. It's going to be stuff that you don't want to look at, that there's a reason why you escaped it your whole life, and you just only decided to participate 50% just to keep the survival going, but you didn't like actually live in it, because you don't want to see a lot of things. And who wants to see those things? Like, I every time now that I live more presently, like, I'm not dissociated from my feelings anymore, and like putting my head in the sand, and I don't want to see it, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to know about this. I'm more able, and over intellectualizing it. Like, that was one of my mechanisms, which is like to become very intellectualized about it. Oh, this is why is this, and this is why is that. But it would never touch me, like, physically. And then when things touch me physically and nausea started coming up and I'm feeling terrible, and I'm like, my body's like feels crashed, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know that grief could be physical. I know I'm talking about stuff that is heavy, and it seems that I'm laughing about it, but I'm living through it. And you can use sense of humor and hope and all of that together with the basket of grief. Like, in the whole basket, you can just have a mix of stuff. Like, you can, in the same 5 minutes, you can grieve something really heavy. Like, oh my God, why, like, whatever catastrophe you want to think of, why did this happen to me? And then in the same 5 minutes,